Hello everybody. Welcome to the online workshop. I am so excited to be here. I am Celine Kempton and my daughter Alexis is monitoring comments for me tonight because you guys are so important. Let's see. If you, it's saying that I'm listing. So you do turn off sale. Ta-da! Yeah, you know, there's some things that just need to be done manually. So I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to get logged on. I'm going to grab my Indiana coffee mug. My friend Laura, fellow demonstrator from Indiana, said that I needed to have that specific coffee mug. Oh, now I can really see you, Lex. I'm glad I made her put a sweater on. She was dressed in, like, you know, teenager night clothes. So, oh look, you guys are popping in. Make sure that you say hello and tell us where you're from. I live in Massachusetts, but tonight I got my Indiana mug. So, you can call me Indiana Celine. Hopefully not the Temple of Doom. We got really cute Halloween projects, not scary ones. Hey, Christine. I'm so glad you made it in. All right, so make sure as tonight goes on that you ask questions. If I don't answer you right away, hello, Christine from Wisconsin. Just hang tight. We'll make sure that we answer all the questions before we get off. But I will tell you that there's a special perk of asking a question tonight. So those of you that are early birds and you jumped on to get the worm, well, worms are gross, but you might get a prize. So ask all the questions that you'd like. And all right, so there's a lot to do. We are at the end of Sale-A-Brate. There's what, 8 days left or 7? I think 8. 8 days left. 9 was yesterday. And you only have that amount of time to get a free item with any $50 order, which is pretty awesome, or 100 respectively if you want the dahlias or the sweet summer framelits. Those are free with a $100 order. So, hi Jill, hi Lucille. Oh, we got everybody here. Okay, cool, this is really fun. And can you believe it's 7 o'clock at night and I am still sipping on coffee? I'm an addict, it is what it is. So, there's that. And then there's also 8 days left of the join special. You can join my team or you can join with your Stampin' Up! Bestie. And you'll get a free bundle. There are 12 bundles that you can choose from. Well, actually 11. One is not orderable. It happens. So you have to pick one of the 11. I'm sure that you can find a free bundle that you would want. You pay $99. You pick out $125 in product, and it's free shipping. So that's like the best deal in the book. And if you haven't tried out being a demo yet, well, what are you waiting for? You can sign up, get your discount, hang out. If you join my team, I offer free directions to my team every single month for whatever you see come through. You just have to sign up for it, and it will automatically come to your inbox. Hi, Jolene. I mailed your package, by the way. So, I've got some really awesome projects for you tonight. So that was, and I do have a friend coming in that I met at karaoke. Who likes to sing? Does anybody like to sing? Well, I do. And my friend from karaoke, I asked her to come tonight. I don't know if she's going to come, but I am going to be doing my presentation for her specifically because she has never stamped before. So I'm hoping that she'll join and maybe ask a question or two if she can muster up the courage. Be sure to ask questions as you go. So I think to jump in, we're going to start by showing the 4 projects, and I'm going to make them. And then at the end, we'll back up and go through some of the measurements, you'll get a complete PDF of all 4 projects. And, oh, see, now she's going to make me blush. Are you saying I'm a good singer or Bonnie's a good singer? It doesn't matter. We can sing together in a couple of weeks because Bonnie's coming all the way to Maine to see me for retreat. I'm so excited. So anyway, I digress. We'll go backwards and I'll say we're going to make the projects first and then we'll go through the measurements at the end. For those of you that might be wanting to copy the projects at home with the stuff that you already have, consider that, even if you're not a Halloween person, which I am. I love spooky Halloween. I like cute Halloween. I like pumpkins and candy corn, you know. I don't like something that's going to jump out from behind the bush, but that's just me. So there's that. What else? And then we'll go back at the end and we'll do measurements for people who just want to copy the projects. So get those questions ready. You won't be sorry. Just saying, somebody asked me a question. All right, I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to get into the stand and we'll get moving here. Thank you for being with me tonight. It is a Wednesday night. There's nothing that I would rather do on a Wednesday night, especially when it's a little drizzly here, is than craft. So I'm going to take the whole table, sorry Lex, and move it because it's all about the table. It's really not about me at all. Ooh. How about tonight? Halloween karaoke. Oh, nice. You want me to sing you a song? You know this is going to go on YouTube, right? I want them to continue to watch me. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Hey, Alexis, would you do me a favor and grab me the big pile of candy to your right? So this is the first project. I took a picture of this, and it's in the market basket bag. I took a picture of this, and it was like this big ominous looking thing, and look at how big it is. It's so little and cute. And all I did was I went to my local supermarket while I was food shopping and I bought a Hershey assortment bag of candy. Now, this one kind of lends itself to candies or a cookie, but every other thing that we're going to make tonight, except for this project, will also house a gift card. So you can take these projects, you can recreate them for Christmas or any other holiday, and you'd be ready to go for Christmas. I mean, how cute. I mean, I know that if I were to send this to my nephew in college, that he would eat the candy and probably throw the packaging away, but I bet you he'd really enjoy a Reese's right about now. All right, so I'm gonna pull in with the first project, and like I said, I have them all prepped, and we'll go back and we'll talk about like sizes and stuff at the end, but this one came out of, hang on, I got a question, came out of the Frightfully cute bundle. So what you get in here is you're getting an owl, and he came out of here. Like, look at the witch's hat, oh my god. So this owl, we used him. And then this, which is probably my favorite shape in the whole holiday catalog. I don't know how many times I've used it. It's like, yeah. Oh, because there's still paper stuck in there. He looks like a pirate. And I think that's it for this one that we used. We used those 2 pieces. Oh, no, I lied. We also used this tree, which is intended as a tree, but we're going to use it as a branch. And this is, again, the Frightfully Cute bundle. The stamp set that goes with it is here, and I posted the complete supply list in a PDF form. It's also in the description on this video. So if you go up and you can click right through right now, and you'll have all the links that you need to place an order if you want to get these projects shipped to your door, prepped like you see here. Okay. All right, so we got a couple of questions here. Can we see this later to watch the replay? Yes, Angela. Angela, I am going to keep this video on this page for a week. And the host code will remain open until Wednesday night of next week. Thursday, I'm going to be packing to go to retreat, and I won't be shipping any more packages. So I'm going to close this out Wednesday night at midnight, and that will be when this closes. You'll also be able to get the replay on my YouTube channel anytime, so you can always catch the projects later if you miss it. Let's see. What camera and stand do you use? That's more of a demonstrator question, and I'm here for crafting tonight. So we're going to keep the questions to the crafting. All right. So, oh, we got more. This is my first live. I can see you. Am I supposed to do anything else? I can see you and hear you, and I think that's the important thing. That is the important thing, Ruth. And the other thing is if I say anything and you're like, what? How did she make that? Make sure to call it out and ask me. Is that sold as a bundle? Yes, it is. So you can buy the stamp set or the framelits individual, but you actually save 10% when you get the bundle. And like I said, on this online group, I've already done the supply list for you, and it's in a clickable PDF, and it's right on the main page, so you should be able to find it pretty easy. All right. Oh, the bundle's on back order. Well, I don't know when the availability is of that, but before we get off, hopefully I'll have time to jump over and look that up for you. I'm going to bet that it will be back in stock. And actually, back order isn't as bad as not orderable, because at least you know you'll get it, you know? Okay. So anyway, this comes out of the Frightfully Cute Designer Series paper. And if you have, I'm just going to dig in my bag of tricks here, the Delightful Tag Topper Punch or the other Tag Topper Punch, the only thing that you need is a 2-inch strip of paper, and you can punch the ends. So all I did was I had to figure out how big the Reese's was in my cup. So this one, my Reese's happens to be about 2 inches wide, and then I wanted to build a belly band for it. So can I my directions, my notes. So I'll tell you that this was originally 7.5 by 2. And it's scored on both ends at 3 3/8, and I just folded it. And then I punched it on both ends with the Delightful Tag Topper Punch that I just showed you. Then we have this basic black cardstock, and this was 4 inches by 1/2. And I scored it at 5/8, 1 inch, 3 inches, and 3 3/8. Now don't worry. That's why they make a pause and rewind button. So if you're stuck and you're like, oh my God, she said that too fast, slow down. It's like Alexis in math class. She's pulling her hair out over there. Oh my God, you're going too fast. I just folded this because I scored it 4 times to make this little notch. And what the goal is to get my Reese's in here and to make my notch, but I don't think I want to get my Reese's in first. I think I'm gonna glue this down first and let it set up. This is a pretty sticky glue. I use it to assemble boxes and other things that I don't want to move ever. Whoops. Okay, so there's one other thing. When you get the PDF, you'll note that I didn't mention that there's a hole punch, and Stampin' Up! Doesn't currently have a hole punch that is 3/8 or 1/4, but in your studio, I'm sure that in your art room that you have a punch that will punch a hole on either side so that you can run the ribbon through. So that's why I just left it. Who's your assistant? Jill, you know who it is. Of course it's Miss Alexis. If it was Brian, he couldn't help himself by now. He would have said something. Oh, thank you, thank you. Angela is saying that the dies will be back in stock on the 27th, or the 29th. So that's still plenty of time to get your Halloween treats made. So I just stuck that little belly band down, and now I can take my Reese's top. You know, candy is so safe in my house. I can't eat that much sugar, so if it's out in my studio, nobody's allowed to touch it. So it's pure torture for Alexis right now that she's sitting beside a whole bag of candy and nobody's allowed to have any. But that's what we do as crafters. I don't actually eat the candy. Who knew? Okay. So, problem. My ribbon isn't going through the hole, right? So what you do, no matter what size hole you punch in that, and by the way, I already punched your holes. So if you're getting the kit, you don't have to worry about it for the first one that you make. But we would run the ribbon through the back. Actually, before I even do that, I need some stamping. Hi, Alexis J. See, she knows you. So I'm gonna grab, I forgot my ink pad. We got everything else on the table. It's a thing. Yes, see, she'd be eating the candy already, but that's one of the joys of being a mom. I can be mean and say, here's the candy, you can't have any. That's really mean, isn't it? Okay. So, I went with Batty for you. I don't love where I did that. I think I want it more down in the corner. I'm actually gonna flip it. Ta-da! For my next trick, I'm gonna try and get it closer to the bottom. Heather, you can get the kit by placing an order using the host code at the top of the page. And any $35 order, and I will automatically send you the kit and the PDF directions, which are here. And if you spend $60, you're also gonna get a full package of the black matte dots that we were gonna pull before we went live, and is not in the bucket. She says, I swear it's in there. Oh yeah, it was sneaking. It was in the bucket. So we were organized. It happens. Alexa's like, what do you mean? It's in there. So a full package of the black matte dots, instead of just the few pieces that you need that come in the kit, you'll get an additional full pack of that with a $60 order. And that's merchandise before tax and shipping, just to be clear. Okay. So I cut this at a steep angle and then forgot to stamp, so we came back to it. And now that I have the nice angle, I am going to pull this through both sides. Ta-da. The reason I wanted it to be a little bit lower is once we glue that tree, which is now a branch, on, and I'm gonna leave enough at the top so I can tie a little bow, but I want this to go all the way around my treat holder. So I'm gonna leave that right there for a second. I guess I should put that back where it goes, huh? She's like, yeah, you should. I'm gonna get blamed for that. Who was the last person? She's over there laughing. Just keep buying dog bones. That's no lie. I bought this week a package of dog bones, and Alexis came in from school and she's like, Mom, we don't own a dog. So I told her it was a recipe I was gonna try. I saw something on Pinterest. I think she was afraid to eat dinner. That was a cute little box. That'll be coming out in my email newsletter as one of the 12 weeks of Christmas emails that start fairly soon. Every single week on my email list, you get a free project for the next 12. And that's just to thank you for being you. It's absolutely 100% free. I try and share when I can. So I just glued the owl and the tree, which is now a branch, down to my tag. And I'm painting it with Winkostella. Alexis, how many questions have people asked so far? You can just say it out loud. Go ahead.
So far, we have 5 total questions. Each person has asked 1 question.
Ooh, it's a 5-way tie. That's really fun. I'm so sneaky, huh? Well, it's Halloween-y projects. I feel like I should do something different. I like different. Hey, Pat. Good to see you. Let's see. Hi, Alexis. Yep. Everybody loves Alexis. You know, that's the thing. Once you have kids, it's no longer about you at all. They just want to know how the kids are doing, which is a good thing. That's all I really want. That's all I really focus on anyway, so. Okay, so we've got our tags stamped. I stuck the branch, which was a tree, and the owl, and we painted them with Winkostella, and then I ran the ribbon through the back. Oh, you know what? I don't want to neglect that and not put enough dimensional, so let's put another one there just for good luck. And then, what did I do with my, oh, there it is. Oops. I'm making her laugh because I'm a goof, but that's okay. She's used to me. She grew up with me being goofy. All right. But I'm a pretty cool mom, I'd have to say. Out of moms, I'll never forget the first bad grade she brought home. She was crying, and I couldn't hold it. I laughed. I was like, well, do you know what you did wrong? She's like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay. We should scrapbook this. She's like, shut up, Mom. Oh, look what I did. I cut a piece of designer paper for this, and it measures. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, now I got my dimensionals all jammed up. I shouldn't talk. I'm multitasking. She's distracting me. Oh my God. So, my designer paper is measuring, let's see. I can't find it. 2.5 by 1 3/4, because this is a 2-inch punch, and I just measured what mine was. Yours could be different. This 2-inch punch fits any 2-inch strip, so you could make it longer, you could make it shorter, depending on your candy. Goofball I am. Here we go. So now it looks much better. It was just floating there on the black. Don't you think that it looks better with the designer paper underneath? Can I get a hey, yeah? All right, so I'm going to flip this under. So super simple, perfect for a brand new crafter. And if you really want, we can go back at the end and I'll cut one. I was actually thinking this would make an awesome Santa belt. She's got the black glimmer out on the table, so I was thinking, we could cut up a little Santa belt, maybe have some buttons. We could use the matte dots for the buttons. But, okay. So here we go. So yeah, I have 24 of these all prepped and ready to roll. So as people place orders, I'm going to put them in the mail right away. I'll put you on a list, and I will get that out in email as soon as I see an order come through. Oh, no eye rolls on that. You're making Alexis laugh, Jill. Yeah, no, there are other things that she rolls her eyes at, like when I pretend to be cool. Well, oh, that was the one, wasn't it? Yeah. All right, you're right. I snorted. Did you hear that? Okay. This is treat number 2. Can I just tell you, it is the coolest box. I designed the box first, and I just thought that I wanted a box that I could make out of a half a sheet of cardstock, right? And then when I was done, I found that the die from the seasonal labels is exactly 3 inches wide. So I was able to cut my topper out of the seasonal labels die. So this is a Christmas die that I used on the top of my Halloween box. But we could make this out of anything. You could make it out of designer paper. Pretty darn awesome. Do you score before punching the top and bottom with the bag punch? With the tag punch? Yeah, absolutely, because otherwise your measurements would be off. So you cut first, then score, and then punch. Good question. Ruth gets another one. Ha ha ha. Okay, so this is what your packet would look like if you decide to order the take and makes, I call them take and makes, because you don't really make and take them. You're gonna get them in the mail. All right, and then here's that shape again. I used it on all 4 projects. That's my favorite shape in the holiday catalog. It comes out of the Frightfully tag die. It's that one. It's this one. Yay. And this time I didn't have to punch any holes in it. But let's talk about the base for a minute. So this one was 3 inches wide, we said that, and it's gonna fit the bag perfectly. And it's about 4 inches this way, but it's not quite. So what I did was I put it on my scoreboard and I scooched it over a nudge. Like when I say a nudge, I'm saying like a 1/16 of an inch, and then scored it too. And it does score perfectly if you nudge it just a little bit that way. That's an industry term, isn't it? And that again is the seasonal labels dies that fit the top of this box, by the way. Okay, so I'm dropping my matte dots all over the place. You know that on my black table, those are gonna get lost. So I'll put them on my white sheet. So in the PDF, I do a diagram for you, but I'll show you that this is a 5.5 by 8.5, and you score on the long side at 1/2, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. And then you score on the short side at 1, and this is what's gonna make your bag. So first thing I did was I cut this off, the little corner. And then these 2 parts, these 2 long sides are gonna be the bottom of my bag. So I wanna keep these nice and straight. So I'm gonna cut this as straight as I can. You see my hand shaking. I should stop drinking coffee. It's what, 7:30? And so for these 2 pieces, I'm gonna keep them nice and straight. For these little nudge guys, I want them to fit nice inside my box. So I'm gonna take a little notch out of those. Like that. And you can put this together with Seal Plus, or you can use liquid glue. Tonight, I want to show you a trick though. So I'm gonna grab this and score it really well. I need a bone folder for that, and I'm gonna bone folder on all of my little crease marks to start. And for, I want to show you a tip about tear and tape. Ruth, I am giving away one of my bingo secrets because we're using a tear and tape in this gift card holder class that I'm teaching, and I found the best tip when it comes to tear and tape. So hang on one sec. Let me just get this all burnished with my bone folder. Okay. So, ta-da. I'm just throwing stuff around. So often when you use tear and tape, people will, I'm just gonna, let me think now. I just want to think this through for a second. Ta-da! So I'm gonna put glue here. She is beside me yawning. So if I start yawning, you know who to blame. So this one goes in, and then I'm gonna put tear and tape there. So it's funny because one goes on the outside and one goes on the inside, but you, as long as you go to put it like kind of together before you put the tape down, you're good to go. Okay, so here's my big tip. How many times have you done tear and tape and you go for the end and you're playing with it forever? My tip is, and if you have thin fingernails, it works better. If you don't, you can even use, this got me kicked off Facebook last time. You can use the, Alexis was here, she's laughing. You can use the spatula, but you don't want to go to those torn ends. You want to go to the middle and lift, and it comes right off. Isn't that cool? So instead of like fussing with the end, just get your fingernail or take your pick under there and slide it right off. I'm gonna move this for a second because Otherwise, I could end up sticking to the table. And I don't mind if I stick to the table on the plastic table, but I definitely don't want to stick to my paper. Okay. So now I'm going to take my box and I'm going to fold it up to where the tear and meets. Ooh, see what I did? I almost sealed it shut there. Woo. Tuck the little ends in, and now I have tape on that side and then tape on this side. So it's going to be nice and sealed. That's it though. And then you pinch the sides like that. So pretty easy, but I love that tear and tape tip. I'm throwing my stuff around. At some point, I should just put it where it goes and then it won't be so bad. All right, so now I'm gonna add a tiny bit, just a little, liquid glue to the back of my, see this? This is where the seam is. That's gonna be the back of my box. So I'm gonna lay this down on top of that liquid glue and give it a second to set up. And I'm actually gonna set it to the side for a minute because I want it to really dry. The cool part about the liquid glue is you can shift it around for a second. You have some give and you definitely have time for it to dry. So I'll stick that over to the side for a second, and then I'm gonna come in with this guy. I need Highland Heather ink. And, oh, it's out. Ta-da. All right. Yep, so I need Highland Heather ink. Alexis is gonna go find that. I got up to get it and I'm like, where'd it go? It's probably tucked away, waiting just for this moment, all the way somewhere where I don't know, but that's okay. This is my witch, and this one is the scary one. Oh, so I need to actually load the Which Way is the Candy onto the block. There we go. So with the Highland Heather ink pad, I got it. Thank you. It's like stuck in there now. Ooh, let me do it in a rush. Oh my God. You ever have problems with these? Okay, let me show you how to open it. If you're a brand new crafter, you can lift straight up like a compact and then tap it in. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to stamp my witch, and I'm going to stamp off twice, and I'm going to use the 3rd generation down for the ink on the witch. Alexis is telling me there's another question. I'll be there 1 second as soon as I'm done stamping with this. So 1, 2, oh, there's a line. Oh, see, that's one good thing about stamping off, because then you can really see. Okay, but let's go again. 1, oh, that's better. 2, and then 3. So I really want it to be light so that when I go to stamp the sentiment over the top, the sentiment really shines. Now, I usually do a pretty good job. If you were ever in a in-person class with me, I never use the stickers because I always put them on crooked. So I will take the line of the block, because there's like, our blocks are rounded here, but there's a line right at the edge, and I'll line the word up with the bottom of the block. So if you come up and you're at retreat or you're at a workshop with me in person, you know that if you flip it over and you line up the block so that it's straight with the die cut, that you'll get it straight. So let's test that theory. I'm going to ink up now, and I'm going to flip it over to make sure that I got my words going the right way. And I'm going to line up the block straight with and I'm going to ignore that it looks crooked because I loaded it straight on the block and it's fine. Is it easier to decorate the front of the part before you make the box? It probably would, but I I knew that I was going to need a little bit of time for the back to set up, so I figured I would assemble the box first and then decorate after. Let's check and see if this is dry. Good question, Robin. Not the dimensional part, but the taped box layer. Yeah, no, I wanted to make sure that I had time for this thing to kind of solidify to the back of the box. So yeah, a lot of times if I'm making a card, I'll stamp first, but I wanted the box to kind of have a minute to set up because I knew that the glue was going to be wet to put the back on. Great question. Okay. Where's my tape runner? It was on the table. I know it was here somewhere. Well, I'll have to find it, but in the meantime, oh, it's behind the computer. I'm not even over there. I don't even know how that happened. Okay. So here's where you're going to get 2 pieces of designer paper in your package. And what I did when I was cutting them is they came out of the same thing. So if you flipped this one over, you'd have no eyeballs. I made sure that in every package there was at least one that had the cute little ghost on the front. So I would recommend sticking this one down with the boo side up. And then, so again, I cut this to 4 by 1, and then I punched it with one of my other favorite punches. This is the you tell me what it is. You guys know more. It's the Pick a Banner punch. They keep changing the names of the banner punches. It's hard when you're creative to come up with names of stuff. I'm in the creative zone. So I was noticing when I designed this, because the base is made out of cardstock. Now you could make this base out of designer paper, but I was enjoying the solid for this one. But I was noticing that I was having trouble getting it to sit. So what I did with this one is I cut, and I'm going to see if I can show you. I cut a tiny little notch here and here to hook my ribbon so it wouldn't slide off. So I may have missed that in the PDF, just saying. But it's just something to kind of, and it didn't even cut through. It's just a little notch there for the ribbon to sit. So like that. And that's going to make it much easier to tie this bugger up. Oh, we should put a gift card in there. This will fit a full-size gift card, or it will fit some random candy. I don't like Sour Patch Kids. I'm going to throw those back. Swedish Fish, I love those. So if I was giving this to somebody, I would want to make sure that they got the candy that I like too. Reese's Pieces, and that makes it really safe, because if I keep the Sour Patch Kids, it's ultra safe. All right, so thank you. So glad you're having fun. That's what it's all about. If you're not having fun, I guess I'm not doing my job right. Whoa. All right. So I'm going to tie this up pretty tight. If you have trouble getting your hands around it, it's okay to tie this one in a knot, because to get it on and off, you can slide the ribbon on and off, but I'm gonna just go for it. I just tied it once. I didn't make a knot. I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. Okay, so there's that. Oh my gosh. Is that not the cutest ever? And I really do like that there's like a notch there, because it's going to keep my ribbon from, it's just this tiniest little thing, but it's keeping my ribbon there, which is cool. Okay, so finally, I'm going to give that a little liquid glue. That's going to need a second to set up. And it's okay, because while we're doing that, we can find one of the 10,000 winks that I have open right now. And I want to make this girl sparkle a little. You don't want to go over it too much, because then you'll be painting the black back and forth, and you could technically move the black. But if you go fast and you just kind of give her a little taste of magic. Booyah, she'll be fine. Okay, so then I knew I was gonna lose my little black dots. There they are. Thanks. Somebody's gotta be here to put me back together. I appreciate that, Lex. Glue on my hands, here we go. That's how I know I used a little too much. So I'm gonna go 1. And all I'm doing with the Take Your Pick tool is we have this little putty end, and it's the best thing for picking stuff up. If you need a little more, you can advance it, but make sure that you go back on it. Otherwise, it'll keep coming out like toothpaste that has been squeezed too much. And then I'm gonna push. And then this one is the hardest one to get off because it's all on a single, sorry, rationing the dots here. But which way to the candy? I really love this, and I gave you plenty of ribbon. When you get to the end, if you want, like, see how there's a blunt end on this one, you can trim anything that's not right just to make it pretty. So cool. I bet you Alexis wants to bring this to her favorite teacher tomorrow. She keeps giving her stuff. She already brought her the retreat bag and one of the mugs, and you know, but it was good because the teacher had a problem with her coffee mug that day. I guess, yeah, something happened. But, all right. These need blocks. And I'm done with this guy, so we can take that and that and that. And she's going to hook me up while I'm gabbing over here. And then I got to find that package. So again, this is the 3rd package, and they're all individually packed like this. So you're going to get all these bags. I know it seems crazy, but I wanted you to make it super easy for you to recreate them. There is legit no thought involved. Okay, and again, if you decide that you want these, I do measurements, and I do detailed directions with I drew that, so just saying. Okay, so the first thing I did was I took basic black cardstock, and again, it's the size of a card front, but instead of 8.5, I cut it down to 8. Okay, so this is 8 by 5.5. And then I scored it on the long side at 1, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. And then on the short side, I scored it in 1 inch, so 1 and 4.5. And then I took the double oval punch. And honestly, if you have a circle punch, you could use a circle, just something to make it easier to get into the container. Okay, so for this one, again, we're gonna burnish the sides. This time I'm gonna use the bone folders that are attached to my fingers. Donna, it's simple to get a hold of the kit. You place an order in my online store, and I gave the host code at the top. If you didn't get it, I will repost when we get off. But there's also a full supply list. And let me just say, if you want to assemble these projects as is, okay, that's a really good question. You'll need the Highland Heather ink pad to stamp off twice on the witch. You'll need the Memento Black, which I used on just about everything, and either a Pale Papaya or a Versamark pad, and that goes with this one, and I'll explain that in a second. I think that the Pale Papaya is actually better than Versamark with this because the Versamark barely shows up, but it would be a close second if you didn't have one. So you'd want those, and then the stamp set at a minimum. I've done all the die cutting. I've even cut these pieces out for you. So you just have to do what I'm doing here and play along. So this box, we're gonna cut all of these pieces on the sides here, up to the 1 inch marker on both sides. It's funny you should say that, Jill, because I have recreated this box probably 100 different ways. Hang on, let me show you. I'll show you some examples. And not all of these products are current, so please be kind. But if you want to see this box, I've done it 50 different ways. Ready? And this is the reason that I used it for my new stamper workshop, because it's so easy to recreate. But this is an older suite. Remember the Christmas rose? And then that's one with an apple. We used to have the apple builder punch. And then this was from my last retreat in person at Harmony Hall, and I gave them a letter opener, and it happened to fit my favorite box. And it was all, we used all cooking, kind of. And then this one is fall, some candy in it. And then this one is with the Christmas tree punch, which, by the way, is still current. This designer paper is gone, but the Christmas tree punch is still active. So, yeah, you're right. It would make a great Christmas, Easter, gift card holder, birthday, anything that you can think of. It's an awesome template for all of those things. Okay. Nope. I think we're good. She's like, oh my gosh, we're having technical difficulties, but I think we're okay. I was just double checking. So if something happens and I lose my feed, I'll go live with Alexis's phone. So just stay tuned and watch for her phone instead of mine. It's no big deal. We have a backup because that's happened. It's a thing. All right, so I am putting adhesive, hopefully, in the right spots, because it's been a while since I made this box, actually. And I'm going to tuck all of these. So I put the adhesive on all the little tabs, and then I'm going to build a pizza box. So you're going to go in with the tabs here, and then on the bottom, you go in again. And then you close the box like this and fold it around the corners and then close it, because it makes it super nice. If you have any edges that poke out at you, at that point, I'm going to do one on purpose just so you can see. If you have any edges that aren't perfect, you can trim it from there. But at least you know if you put the adhesive down and then close the box, that the box will open and close without giving you any trouble. No flack is what I say. Woo! All right. I said no flack and then I busted it open, you know. Here we go. All right. So then this one is super simple from there. We've got, let's see, 3 1/4 by 2 1/4 on this designer paper. Where's my adhesive? There it is. Oh, I like that side just as much. You could stick either one down. This is what the kit looks like. This is glimmer paper, black glimmer paper. Alexis, can I see the whole pack? It is so pretty. It doesn't fleck off when you cut it, so you can run it through your Big Shot or your cut and emboss machine, and you won't get it all over you. How do you get the tape to come off the Seal Plus? Well, I wait until it's time to reload it, and then I kind of remove all the boogers, but I don't get a lot of them. It's a good question, though. I know that it's a thing. I think it happens more with the Seal than it does with the Plus, because the Plus tends to release. And I was talking too fast. So this is just a glue dot, and I'm going to stick it on straight. There's nothing fancy about that at all. So I got another ribbon. And, yep, my favorite shape. And let's see, we got the spider on sideways. Perfect. I gave her a little block. She's like, it fits. If it fits, it ships. But you know my rule. I have to be able to see where I'm going. So I am going to put it on straight with the block. So the line here, so I know what I'm doing. And I would definitely, on this project, recommend stamping the spider first, because no matter where the spider is, you can always put the words in. And I'll put my my scratch pad down. When I'm stamping white on white, I like to move it so I can see, or even put a black piece of cardstock down. But all the way over to the right hand side with that guy. And then we're gonna bring in the black ink pad. And she did a good job, except that it's a tiny bit crooked. I'd have been, it's the rubber on this one's crooked, so it looks like it lines up, but it's the words that I want straight with the edge. There we go. Whoop. So nobody will ever know if I was actually straight. It's a mystery. I wasn't too bad. Oh, it smudged a little, but it's okay. It looks more Halloween-y, don't you think? So, of course, I'm painting my little spider dude to make him sparkle. And then we will add some adhesive on the back. Yeah, the Seal Plus, I'll tell you, it definitely makes a difference if when you're coming off, if you hold it more up and down like this, because when you release, it will be right at the top where you want it. Where I get into trouble is if I try to come down the road like this instead of up, and then I really don't have any goobers in there, and that's all I use now. Okay. Found the cover to that. Woohoo, we're cooking now. So this is what I like to call, and I'm a little high with my sentiment, but that's okay. I like to call this the Z. When I used to see this technique a lot with like thread or twine, and it always just looked like a big mess back there, but everybody else's looked nice and mine looked like a big mess. And I figured out that there's kind of an inline thing that you can do. So you make the letter Z, or you could say an N, and you come around the bend and you kind of do it in line. So it's more of a Z. Actually, that's more of perfect lines. Yeah, I really want more of a Z. So that when it comes off, it's not just a big mess back there. And it makes such a difference on the final presentation of like what it looks like on your project. So I'm gonna trim that down, and we'll add dimensionals to the back. Christine Hallett's asking how I get the tape to come out of the dispenser. So when it comes to the regular seal, I gotta be honest, it's not my favorite. It flings everywhere. So that's the less expensive one. I know that Seal Plus is a little bit more money, but for me, it's worth it because I don't use as much of it. And like I said, coming off, how you release from it, so you kind of fast forward. Right now, this is sticky right at the top. And when I release, I try to release it so that it's absolutely straight up and down, as opposed to laying it down like this on my paper. Does that make sense? So, awesome question, Christine. Oh, Christine got another question. How many questions? Who's in the lead? Ruth's in the lead with questions. I love that. That's okay. We're equal opportunity question askers here. She's got the trash on her side. My recycle bin is like over in left field. Okay. And again, there'll be more dots in every package. So if you only spend the $35, you're still gonna get what you need to assemble the projects as is, but you'll get a full package of them in addition if you do the 60, because then I can use the host code to send you a package of them. I love giving away free stuff. It's like being Santa Claus. Makes me happy. All right, so I'm doing the same thing with the take your pick. I'm just sliding it off the transfer sheet and kind of, I had the first one over here, but now my words are over there. So I'm just gonna kind of do that. So that's the second, that's the third project, right? Woohoo, we're making time. Okay. Can I just tell you, the next project, it is so easy, I feel like I cheated. This one, the box comes from Stampin' Up, so there's no cutting, there's no nothing. They come in a package like this, and you get, how many of them? Let's see, 8. You get 8 of these boxes. The item is 155481. Totally cool. To get them in a package to you, I had to do the hokey pokey a little bit, and let me see if I can explain. It was a little too wide for my, as it comes from my bag. So what I did is I folded these back, which will just mean when you get your box, it'll be that much easier to put together. I just folded them back, but they come like this. So you get a top and a bottom. Kind of freaky when you're first putting it together, because this one, this is the bottom because it doesn't have the scallops. But it's like this little tiny box, and then it's got these big flaps. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? But you just tuck it in, and there's no adhesive, and it just sticks itself together, and they come like this. So there's no extra cutting or anything. Why do I use so many dimensionals on small tags? Because I am trying to earn an incentive. No, I'm kidding. I definitely use plenty of dimensionals. I think it's because on cards, I've gotten cards where they've been in the drawer, and I'm just assembling as I'm talking. That's all there is to this. It's so simple. I've gotten cards that have been in the drawer, and they come out of the drawer, and one side is drooped down from where something was sitting on it, and then I don't want it anymore. So because of that, I always use lots of dimensionals. Do I prefer the liquid glue or the tape runner? At this point, I prefer Seal Plus. The regular Seal, I'm on strike. I don't like it as much. Honesty. It's worth an extra $1 or $2 for me to get something that is easy to use. Let's see, what else? What is the size of that box when assembled? That's a good question. Let me take out my ruler. We got, let's see, it's 3.5 inches wide, and that's the top, that's the scalloped, by 2.5 tall. So it's a square box, so 3.5 by 3.5 by 2.5. And then this designer paper is 3 by 3, and that's 3.25. Why I just flipped it over when it's the same on both sides, I have no idea. I'm just gonna adhere this designer paper. So this paper comes 6 by 6, and I cut it into 4 pieces. So I got enough for 4 boxes out of 1 sheet of designer paper, and then I cut the base underneath out of pumpkin pie, and it's 1/4 inch bigger. And I can just adhere that to the top of my box. No, these boxes are in the holiday catalog, I think. Oh, wouldn't that be a miracle? I think it's page 9. Huh. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm doing that 100% by memory, and you guys know how well my Dory memory is. So if I got that wrong, I'm sorry. It's also in the document that's in this group with links to every single product I put my hands on tonight. So feel free to check out that PDF and click the link, and it will bring you to the store with the item number and everything. So it's definitely packed with easy buttons. Okay, so I got another white thing, so I'm gonna move my thing here. The scissors are $12. They're Stampin'. They're part of our stuff. Did I not put those in the supply list? Now I gotta check myself. Cool, because I'm usually pretty good. I usually even put the trimmer in there. Yep, the scissors are there. So this is the complete supply list. The paper snips scissors, 103,579. They're $10, and yeah, they're on the supply list. I had to check myself there for a minute. I'm like, ooh, did I forget it? Okay, so I'm gonna just stamp the sentiment. You're so sweet, it's scary. And here's my black cat. I love this cat. Seriously, makes me happy. Yes, a gift card holder will fit in the last 3 projects, Leslie. So all 3 will hold a gift card. The black box, the purple pouch, and this big. This would actually swim with a gift card because it's huge. So you'd want to like have some fluff to put in there or put some candy in with it maybe. I've even done for like my nephew a gift card holder like wallet. So I would score a piece of paper and tack the gift cards to it, and then when he pulls it out, it's like an accordion. Okay, hang on one sec. Oh, the boxes are on page 137 of the annual catalog. I was wrong. I thought it was in the holiday catalog. You know what it is? It's the other boxes, the card boxes that I was playing with this week that are on page 9. Have you guys seen those? You want to take a quick peek? I have one assembled. I almost put my my retreat make and takes in them, but we are making 8 projects, 8 cards, and 8 cards and envelopes wouldn't fit in there. You might get like 4, but they would be big enough to hold the memories and more cards, and they come in a package that's like this. They're fairly large. They hold the 4x6 cards, so that's what I was getting confused. Those are in the holiday catalog. Oh, look, I missed a spot. Alexis is dying over here. You know what? I bought all of the Halloween stuff, and I don't usually like do a lot of Halloween. We had an extra month with the holiday catalog, so I'm grateful for that. But out of all the Halloween stuff, this one was my favorite. I thought that the punch bundle would have been, but nope. So I did Wink a Stella on this cat because he needed some sparkle. And then page 11. I love it. Val has got her catalog right there. Dude, I need to give you a job or something. Alexis is dying here. She's like, oh my gosh, she knows all the page numbers and everything. You should be a demonstrator, Val, if you're not already. If you're not a demonstrator and you're buying, $80 worth of product in a month, why wouldn't you get your own discount? It makes sense. I know that I definitely needed my own ID. So again, Are we there still? Yes. All right. I'm like, stop hitting me. She's like, but I think that the video went quiet. You guys see us? I'm glad you can see us. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going because I can see it. Oh my God. I'm like, stop hitting me. She's like, but there's no video. I'm like, then use your words. It's all good. You know what happens when kids start hitting their parents? We hit them back. I guess I'm not supposed to say that. We're on Facebook, right? Only if I got hit first. It's the only time. So anyway. Y'all, everybody with kids out there is laughing. All right. Oh my God, that was funny. I am going to flip the camera and come take a look. Alexis, you can read off any questions that I missed. I think we answered them all as we went. Does anybody have any questions for me? I'll flip and you guys. Oh, I guess you saw all of that. Sorry. Hi, Linda.
I'm very much in there.
Ta-da. Yeah, that's okay. So is my little thingy. That's my clip. So yeah, they're pretty cool, huh? And you know what? They're easy to recreate. you know, it's meant for, these projects were meant for beginners. You can stick anything you want in them, gift cards, candy. The only one that wouldn't really work for a gift card would be this one because it's only 2 inches wide. But the other 3 will all hold a regular size gift card, even the black box. So, all right. So, how many people did we have that asked questions?
10 people asked questions on the live today.
Oh, okay. So, to make it fair, I need a moment of your time. I have a little something to raffle off. So, just for being here. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Nancy. Oh my gosh. So, for all the people that asked questions, I have a stamp set. Hang on, I'll get the stamp set first. It is called, and I'm sorry if this is backwards, it's called In Your Words. It is free with a $300 order. And it sports phrases like, I hope this card makes you smile. Actually, you know what? Let me get the picker up first. So, wheel. So this is how, at my team meetings, how I do the raffle. And so what we did tonight was every time someone asked a question, Alexis put a little tick by your name. And so now, oh, it's all green and yellow. Sorry about the colors. I don't have time to fix it. I'm going to do, so Angela, Leslie asked 3. And then Ruth asked 3. And Denise asked 2, Denise Hall. Heather asked 1. Robin Greger, 1. Donna Lane, 1. Christine Hallett, 1. Yeah, thank you. She's so, like, pokey at me. I'm like, geez. Okay. Let's see. Somebody's messaging me. You know, people always message me while I'm live. Val T. I don't think I would be live. And Sherry Nielsen. All right. So this is what we did. I typed everybody's name and the amount of questions that they asked. Okay. And then we're going to do a drawing for the stamp set. So if you win, you have to just let me know. I'm going to flip the camera so you can see what the sentiments are. They're so pretty. Be who you were born to be. I mean, I hope this card makes you smile. There is magic in every new beginning. I mean, these are really, really great sentiments, and it is probably one that I'm going to hold on to even after Sale-A-Brate's done. So thank you, everybody who asked a question. Look at all those questions. It's such a cool thing. All right, so ready? We're going to get fancy now. And questions. It's such a cool thing. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. That would be awful. All right, so I'm going to just spin. It usually makes this really cool noise, so, but I don't want feedback, so thank you. Jill is saying thank you. Robin Greger. Oh, look, it's even like throwing confetti and everything that I don't have to pick up off the floor. That's the best part. Oh, confetti that I don't have to pick up. So we have got Robin Greger. I'm going to send you this. Robin, did I already send you this one? If I did, I'll draw for another name. I'm going to get up. Yep, Robin has it. All right, so let's go one more time. You know what, Robin, I'll still send you something. You know how I roll. All right, so Robin's getting something else. I don't know what yet. Let's do this. I was like, I remember sending that to Robin because Robin's awesome. All right, Leslie, just message me your address and I'll get that out to you. Oh my gosh. So, you guys are awesome. Oh my gosh, what a fun night. I hope you loved the projects. It's so different for me. I don't usually do a lot of, you want to go on camera for a minute? I don't do a lot of 3Ds. She was like, I have no makeup on, Mom. Thanks.
It's okay.
Yeah, Leslie, you won. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. I love it that you guys are here and that you got to win, like, live. That's fantastic. So, yeah. She has been monitoring your comments all night and making sure that I see it when it came through. So that's good. And it was all fine and good until my battery ran low and I got whacked. So these are great. Yeah, and it's a fairly big box. I mean, like, that's my 6-inch ruler. I have a 6-inch ruler on the table at all times because it's important. So this little bag thing, it was 3 inches wide. We knew that because the die cut's 3 inches, but it stands about, oh, I'm at the wrong end, 4.5 inches tall. So plenty big for a gift card. And then the baby one that when I photographed it, it looked like a mammoth. That always kills me. It's like, no, it's really this big, like my fingertips. But that would be perfect for like a little teacher gift, or even the guy at the post office who has to deal with all my mail. He would love to get that. And then this one, I have Reese's in this one. No, not Reese's, Twizzlers. So these, ooh, I had Twizzlers in there. The little ones. I know. Those are her favorite. All right, guys. Thank you so much. It was fun to hang out. Again, to get your kit, just place an order under the host code for $35 merchandise. If you spend $60, I will also send you a full pack of those matte dots with the host code. If you want everything in the book, please, you're crinkling. If you want everything in the book, please reach out to me so that you can sign up and get your own kit. Because honestly, if you don't have your own discount and you're spending enough, you really should. So, what's my favorite candy? Oreos. Well, that's my favorite cookie. Yeah, I love Oreos.
Those pineapple gummy things.
I like gummies, but no. I don't know if I have a favorite candy. I'm a chips and salsa kind of girl. Give me some guacamole and a margarita. Yes, I will put this on my YouTube channel so that it's available for replay forever. And it will be on this page for a week. I will keep the host code open through next Wednesday, and then I'm going to cut it off because I am going to retreat and I get to spend some time with Bonnie Blanchard. She's coming all the way from New York to Maine. So I'm just grateful for all of you. And homemade salsa. Oh, yum. Yeah, that's I am a salsa guacamole kind of girl. So anyway, love you much. And I am so grateful that this gets to be my job. I don't know, like if you asked me 20 years ago, like if I would be doing this as a job, I would tell you that you were crazy. And now I can't imagine my life without it. So thank you very, very much for tuning in and for hanging out with me. And if you're a demonstrator, go ahead and use the projects. Have fun with them. And have a great night, everyone. Much love.